Hello.
What up, buddy? How you doing? He's frozen.
There were some problems last time with my internet, so okay, I think I'm good now. There we go. I fixed it.
We had we definitely had a few of these this week too, but that's part of the beauty of these Instagram live things. Like
People
whatever,
want to see them
whatever.
go terribly wrong. I think that's why people sign on, to see the internet not working.
My favorite one that we've done of these last week was with B Large, our night guy. I was telling him who he was talking to AJ of Saint Motel.
Oh yeah.
And it was a great mix of AJ setting himself up perfectly. I believe he was wearing an ascot. He was by the fireplace with a scotch,
Oh,
and you
perfect.
can hear him. And then there's B Large on the other side, just staring into the sun, like yelling at his kids and everything in the back. It was A plus.
Oh,
It's
I
what
love
I
that. That's
expected
perfect.
these sort of things too. Well, cool, man. Good to see you once again. We got a chat last December. You came out to the Mission Ballroom, did our
Absolutely.
did a
Yep,
little
November.
free show. That was intimate, man. I mean, for an AJR show, that was intimate because we had less than 1,000 people there, I think.
I know. Yeah, we loved that. That was a really
Yeah,
fun time. Really memorable show. Yeah.
yeah. Well, these days, they'll get you arrested. That's way too many people to have at a show. What are you
I
doing?
Way too many. Yes.
So since everyone's talking about that, let's talk about that real quick in your own personal experience. Like, were you guys actually on the road, or like, were you touring? Did you have to cancel any shows? Were you in the middle of something?
When are you talking about? Are you talking about now or back then?
No, like right now. Like,
Oh, right
yeah,
now.
with
Yeah, yeah. We're actually supposed. I think we should have gotten back from South America like a couple days ago. We had Lollapalooza down there, Chile, Argentina, and Brazil. Obviously, that got postponed, and I believe we had some on and off college gigs and some festivals to be doing right now. But yeah, a lot of stuff has gotten postponed for us. So as yeah, every artist.
yeah, in the world. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
in the whole world. Yes.
a so with that was part of your Neo Theater tour, right? You're still doing that aspect of it, and you're yet to begin the next leg of the new tour.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's right. And that was yep. It was supposed to be May, June, but now that is actually going to be postponed till the fall. Not canceled, but just postponed because we will not be allowed to be giving concerts in May.
Yeah, just shuffling the decks on. That's the
Yes. Yep.
that's all we're doing right now.
Exactly.
Well, cool, man. As far as where are your brothers? Where are they hanging out? Do you get to see them at all?
Yes, a little bit. Adam's kind of homeless. He's like jumping around to like different apartments. I don't think he actually owns an apartment right now. I think he's looking and maybe staying at a friend's place. And then Ryan is out with his girlfriend in Brooklyn, leaving me alone. Ryan and I usually share an apartment, but I'm here by myself right now.
Because I did see a video of you guys obviously together a little bit after this. It was the vitamin bottle shaker
Yes,
version of Bang that you guys were doing. So
we did. Yep, we did a little vitamin bottle version. Best we could do with the circumstances, without having access to a full drum kit.
yeah, well, I was thinking just with you guys in general, like if you were living together, like what a like for right now, it's like all you can do is write songs. I can imagine
Right.
there's going to be a ton of good stuff coming out of this.
Yeah, and I was saying before, we didn't really have a plan to write songs now. We had a plan to put out Bang and then just kind of let that sit for a little while. And then maybe towards the end of the year, write and put out songs. But obviously, you're in here doing nothing. And what we know is writing. And, we've never been the kind of band that has ever sat down in a room and said, let's write a song today from scratch. Every song we've ever put out has come from me or Ryan walking down the street and an idea pops into our head. And then we run home and do it, which is opposite to a lot of yeah, which is opposite to what a lot of artists do. A lot of artists will do what I said, rent a studio space, sit down and, go through those motions. But we've been doing it and it's actually been working out. I think we're on song number 8 or 9 now. And so we're really churning them out. Yeah.
That's great. Like 8 or 9 since this has all gone down, or for the album that you're working on?
Since this has all gone down, I don't even know if it's going to be an album out of a collection of songs, mixtape, who knows, but yeah, we're making songs. And then if we have enough good ones, we'll put them out.
Right on. Well, cool. So you don't know what Adam's doing? He's just floating around, just doing his thing. Isn't he like the soon-to-be quantum physicist or something? He's like,
I don't think he's doing quantum physics, although I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know what he's doing in terms of his studies right now. That's a really good question. I think he's like finishing up his PhD soon.
What's funny is we talked about exactly that like back in December, and I'm already just like, what was it? that we
I
talked
know,
about
right?
earlier.
December feels like an eternity
Yeah,
ago.
all I remember is gingerbread houses, and everything after that is just a
That
haze.
was a
Just
very memorable part of the day.
hmm
Yes.
well, as far as your world, like, and not touring and everything, like your personal life, with everything that's going down, like, how has this affected you other than just not being able to go outside? Was there any personal plans that you had that you're putting on hold?
Oh yes, I was supposed to go with my girlfriend to a very long European trip. Actually, we were going to go for like 3 weeks in between the two tours. To funny, it's so funny. We booked our trip to it's mainly Italy. So we booked our trip to Italy, and then the next day after we spent all the money on the credit card, then Italy had that huge outbreak. And so we were like, oh my God, it was, and then of course everyone started canceling all their plans. So we'll probably, we'll move that. But that's the personal thing. And then this is the other personal aspect I have to deal with. I have a very large dog that needs to go out for 3 walks a day in New York City, where people don't seem to care at all about what's going on.
Yeah.
They don't seem to watch the news at all. So I have to dodge people on the street.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think maybe that's just in general, like just in my neighborhood and every neighborhood around Denver. I feel like everyone's out walking because that's what you can do
Yeah.
right now. Like that's the thing that's you're allowed to do. And so I imagine in New York City, you're gonna get a few people walking.
Yeah, there's a lot of people walking, and some people are really good at it. Like some people cross the street or stay away, and then there's some people who come within inches, and I have to, yell at. It's crazy.
Are you near any of the areas in New York where they kind of shut down some of the streets to kind of allow that to happen?
Oh yeah, there's some streets shut down here where you can walk right in the street. That's actually a great idea. That's one of the few things that they've done well here in New York City.
Yeah. Someone had asked on the timeline too why your camera is shaking. I think it's because because he's holding it in his hand. That's why.
I know, I'm not really used to, holding it like this. I should actually prop it up against something. That's good.
You know what? Check it out. What I got my propped up on. I have a little drum set.
Oh, that's so funny. Ryan and I were thinking about buying one of those, like,
Hey,
yesterday. We were talking about that. Do you use that?
yes, they do. It's terrific. And
Wow.
I think we had talked before too about your neighbor that was complaining about the noise with you guys practicing. And specifically, someone had a drum set
Wait,
in
sorry,
their
Ryan.
apartment, which is nutso. But this one is not nearly as
One more time.
intrusive as that.
Ryan was just calling me, and he knows what I'm doing. I don't know
Oh,
what
hey.
I'm doing right now.
Well, I was saying last time we talked too, you were talking about a neighbor that you had that was complaining about the noise,
Yes,
and you guys mentioned
Gail.
you had a drum set like in your apartment at one point, and that would have been nuts. But this works. This thing works.
Yeah, no, we seriously, it's so funny. We were writing the other day, and we were like honestly, like the vitamin bottle. Like we were like, okay, this is the only thing we can use. We need inspiration for for sounds. That would be so cool to just get on that and be able to play that. Yeah, for inspiration. Seriously.
That's Roland for you. That's what you want to get. My unofficial plug.
The Roland, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been experimenting with any new haircuts or anything like that? Any of you guys?
I'm so tempted to just shave it all off. Everyone seems to be doing that. I've had a lot of friends that have said, get on Zoom tonight. I'm going to shave my head. And it's been such a good 15 minutes of entertainment. And I'm so tempted to do the same, but I'm doing these interviews, so I'm still sort of in the public eye. So it feels like not the best idea. Here, I'm going to prop it. There we go.
I didn't do all that. I did get close. I did the.
Oh, you did the fade. Oh, it's not even a fade. It's just like a straight shave. Oh, that looks great. Nice.
Thanks. Yeah, it's terrific. Appreciate that. And I also haven't shaved for a while either too. So.
Oh, that's when you've grown? It's not
as
fast as mine.
No, this is ridiculous. That's as good as it gets. So.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But yeah, your fam, like your mom and dad, they're close by too.
Yeah, they only live about 10 minutes away. So, once in a while, my dad will sort of walk over if he needs some air just to see Shay, our dog, because he loves her instead of me. I think he loves her more than me. So, yeah.
Hey, did you ever get you guys were kind of working on a mini documentary with the Neo Theater stuff too. You were filming parts of that. I know a big part of that was at Red Rocks when you did your Red Rock show a while back. My favorite part, like personally, obviously. Is that going to happen still? Did that get shut down too?
Oh yeah, I mean it did for the moment, because my good friend, his name is Alex Wolf. He's a really big, he's a big actor and film director. So he's actually directing that for us. And we're gonna sort of resume that when we go back on tour. We filmed some full shows and did a lot of behind the scenes, but there's a lot more of a story to tell. So I'm guessing that's gonna be pushed back. Probably come out at the top of next year, maybe a little bit further.
Yeah, be pushed back just like everything else these
Everything. We're just gonna
days.
stall time for 6 months, and all be in this together.
Well, I mean, that said, I mean, we are like all doing this like in our own way. Like even though like literally every person in the world is dealing with this in one way or
Yeah.
another, but we're all doing it in our own unique fashion. Whether you have kids or whether you lost your job or whether you're just everything is clicking, but at the same time you're just super busy or super bored. Um, with that, like what's your own, what are you feeling out of this? You got, I mean, in the good way, like what have you found from doing all this that you didn't expect?
Um, I think this is a really interesting time because, like we were saying, everyone's in it together, and the country is. I mean, obviously, the country's finding ways to be divided, even within this situation. Putting blame on specific people. But I think that there's this like great moment. I don't know if you guys have it. I'm guessing you do at 7 o'clock because you're in Denver, right?
Yep, we do 8.
Yeah. Oh, 8 o'clock. So yeah.
Yeah.
Where everyone opens their windows and starts applauding, and it's just this like very movie-like moment that just shows that in this really sort of sad time where people are dying, everyone can sort of just be in it together for one moment of the day, and I think that's a really, really beautiful thing.
I came across it. We have the same thing in Denver, and if anyone's listening here from Denver, you know what I'm talking about. But at 8 p.m., it's the howl. Everyone goes outside. There we go. We howl at 8.
Oh,
I
howl.
just put it out too.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard it, it definitely kind of caught me off guard. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
me too.
yeah, this is the
Well, I thought
thing.
they had cured the virus. I thought that people were
Oh
cheering because a
man.
news thing just came on. A vaccine has been created and it's being distributed, but that was not the case. And then I learned what it was, and I was like, okay, that's like the coolest thing ever, because the people that are working to fix this deserve all the applause in the world. Seriously, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think you said something a minute ago that struck with me that I've felt about this whole thing as well. Is it's a very interesting time. More than that, it's like arguably the most interesting time in some ways, and as much as it sucks, which it absolutely does. Um, there is something to be said about being on the white hot tip of civilization right now on something like massive that's going to change the world in who knows what ways that we have to figure out, and we get to
Yeah.
say that we were part of that. And
Right. Yeah.
good or bad, you got to separate that part. It's true. Like this is something
Yeah, it
for
really is.
sure.
I was just saying, like, I'm very excited to tell my kids about this later in life. It's a thing that we're gonna live through, and that's gonna be a very interesting thing to hear about in textbooks and from parents and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that we talked about back in December as well with Dear Winter. Obviously, that was your song, and it's kind of about that.
Yeah.
You wrote the 2.0 version to kind of give it a little bit of a tweak
Yeah.
for that. Now, with your writing of new songs, are you tweaking? Are you 2.0ing any other songs?
Yeah. No, not as of now, but that's an interesting thought. Maybe a little Bang 2.0 is necessary.
Burn the House Down 2.0 with like
Burn the house,
a little extra pepper on it this time.
little extra fire in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, we've been telling you. All
I don't
right.
think we could burn the house down any quicker than we did already. I think that's pretty burnt down. Yeah.
It's absurd. It's very artistic way to put that. Thank you for that. Well, cool, man. Like, why don't we, while we're chatting just for a second before we wrap this up too much, I don't want to keep you forever, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for a question from some of the fans that are looking right now and see if we could find that. Oh, Evil Bang as the Bang 2.0. I kind of like
Bang,
that idea.
Bang is I feel like Bang is like the most evil song we've made so far in our career. Like the chorus, at least. We had the idea to like do an evil Disney villain inspired chorus. And that's kind of the thing we came up with and sort of combine that with like a trap beat of like what's popular. So, I think it is pretty evil. To make it more evil, I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
And I do like when we were listening to it too, like you guys have a new and unique thing that is definitely your fingerprints on over it, just because I feel that just from listening to when Bang came out, we have our music meeting. And Nerf, who brings the music to the meeting, sometimes we'll sneak it in. And that one was like a mystery one. He was just like, this is band X. And we started playing and like 30 seconds in, we're like, oh, like AJR, it's a new AJR. Cool.
No,
Like,
oh, wow. I didn't know that story. That's so great. I love that.
Yeah, I think it happened a couple of times. Melissa wants to know your favorite dinosaur.
These questions are so funny. The one with the long neck, the one that's the star of Land Before Time.
Is that the Brachiosaurus?
Is that it, or Brontosaurus?
Brontosaurus,
Maybe Brontosaurus. Yeah.
also known as the Apatosaurus these days because they stopped using the Brontosaurus.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I like dinosaurs
Wow, that was
too.
yeah, it's very
Like
very
going
good.
on. So. Someone was to say hello to Alex. Sure. If you could open for anyone, which is I like that one only because I feel that you may have snuck past that at this point. But if you can open for anyone, who would it be?
Yeah, we did a lot of opening in our day. Oh my God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was our life for many
You
years.
guys opened for a long time. Yeah.
Yes, for a very long time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't know. I feel what are the most ideal opening slots? Billie Eilish. You know, it's just like if you get that, it's like wow, that's the one. You know, 21 Pilots would be amazing. They play huge venues. I don't know. David Blaine would be cool if he goes out on a Magic tour to start it off with us. I think that'd be cool.
What do you like, Magic? Do you do Magic?
Oh my God! No, we're the biggest Magic fans in the world. I don't personally do it. Ryan used to really well. We've seen we've even seen David Blaine live in person. We're huge fans. Yes.
So okay, I was for a second. I thought I was going to get a Magic trick.
Oh, that would be
okay.
You know, Ryan can actually do some pretty convincing ones. When you see him next time, I'll have him do some for you.
Well, if it's possible, I don't know who's doing it next week. I think we're going to talk to one of you guys next week too.
Okay, yeah.
That might still be up in the air. If whoever it is,
yeah.
Communicate to bring a magic trick. Yes.
Yeah, he's got some good sleight of hand.
Awesome. Well, cool, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today and hang out for a little bit with your fans, with our fans.
Yeah.
And you know, taking away from whatever you're watching or whatever you're gonna do later today.
This was the highlight of my day. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. And you know, hang tough, man. It's good talking to you again.
You too. Good to see you.
All right, AJR, everyone. Talk to you next time. Thanks for hanging out. You can find this on our story. I'm gonna do my best not to delete this right now. See you guys.